I think one of the things, when you think about equity, what is really key is to think about what would be the good things that would help the students with the most need, and use that to also guarantee that the ones who don't have the most need are also being taken care of. And so just recently I was reading an article about something called the curb effect, which is essentially, and some of them have in New Orleans, where we cut curbs into the sidewalk. And a lot of that started with people in wheelchairs and other things, but so much more is better about that. You think about all the deliveries that get to places where you need dollies to get up and down and bring things. People who, one school year, I had my starting catcher broke his ankle stepping off a curb. And I think, gosh, what if he had been like riding his bike or something, or a scooter or any of those other things? And so that's something when we think about, it helps somebody who lacks mobility, but it really actually helps the greater good for society. And to think about that in schools, right? Like, how do we do things that help those who really need them, who have a really high level need, but also improve status for everyone? And, I get it. That's theoretical and it sounds great. But again, I think when we start with the need and then work our way up, we tend to make sure everybody ends up being just fine. I think of two things. One, when we are inclusive, our students actually have a better experience. When we exclude, our students get a really tainted view of society and what that means. Like, you think about that curb effect, it's really different if I'm going on a field trip with a student in a wheelchair. What are the things I have to think about? And it's not just me. Then the students are like, oh, we have to help this student make sure they have pathways to see everything we see. And so I think when you think about including in classroom, it actually helps the students to see more kinds of people who have different kinds of needs and have different kinds of experiences. I think the other thing is that I think it also made me a better teacher, a better person, and now I'd say a better administrator. It forced me to realize that our world is not cookie cutter, and I couldn't just do one thing without thinking about all it would impact. And so when we think with an inclusion mindset, it really helps us, build for better people and better experiences for all.